Hey, Maverick. How's it going? Yes, so, funny that you should ask about the, 7MF small charms. Go to game name 3, password 3. These ones are on the house. I mean, I was previously using these, but, you can take what you can get your hands on, and, you do whatever. Because I'm no longer using them, and they're kind of worthless, so... They, game name 3 here, hold on. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Oh, baby. Oh, wow, you're really going for the... Man, you're really going for the, Nothing. It's yours. Go for it. I don't know what kind of build you can go for with it, but I'm just looking at this right now like, man, you're really trying to... Oh man, you're getting on the Pindle hype, aren't you? Don't tell me you're going for the Pindle hype. You better not be going for Pindle hype, because... Keep that SOJ, come on dude, it's all good. I mean, a lot of these 7MF small charms are yours, to begin with. Anyway, I have something... Yes, Pindle hype, okay. If you are looking for Pindle hype, then you're gonna want these. Where are they? Just a shame that you don't have find item, but I figure you're probably gonna want these. I happen to hork these from somebody else a while back in my pits runs. Because, yeah, it seems to me that you're maxing out on MF, so... There we go. Hell yes, yeah. Yeah, there you go. So, oh man, 280, 280, so that's 3, random Nagel, I should have a 30 somewhere, like a 29. Oh, fuck's sake, you're really going for it, this is great. So, before I do though, I just wanna, what's your total MF? Like, 846, oh fuck. Okay, hold on a sec. Let me just switch over to here. Okay, so I might have... I think I should have a second... I should have a Nagel somewhere. Give me a sec. Oh, well you're in luck. I figured I'd have one of these somewhere. Oh, 2 of them. Would you look at that? There's a substitute for your other one too. And give me yours, and then we can switch out. Yeah. Give me your Nagel. So you now have double 29s. There we go. And then I can take your 25. There we go. I think we're pretty much set here. Yeah. Alright. Well, let's take a look at that. Oh, one other thing. Alright. This is amazing. Yo, dude, no kidding. 38, 29, 20... Okay, so what's your full MF? What are you in search of? Nothing. My build is done. The only thing left for me to do now are those stupid 1,000 pit runs. No, you don't have anything I'm looking for. I'm done. My build is complete. That's the beauty of my Barbarian build. The only thing I could probably use at this point are like Warcry Life for GCs, or your SOJ. Actually, yeah, come to... I could use your SOJ, but it wouldn't do much, I guess. But actually, hold on. I think I fucked up. Never mind, I can't use your SOJ. This one comes with 25% MF, so I don't want to switch it. No, it's okay. Keep it. You won 2 last night. Right, okay, well that's cool. Anyway, hey Sensed, how's it going? I mean, I'm doing okay. It just seems that Maverick and I are, doing what we usually do, figuring stuff out. In his case, he's in the middle of getting himself, he's trying to make a Pindle farmer. Yeah, he's trying to make a Pindle farmer. Like, on /Diablo right now, there's a lot of people who have really started to crack down on Pindle, because Pindle's been dropping a lot of good shit. Defathom. So, stuff like Defathom, stuff like, D-Webs, a lot of really good unique items. I'm starting, so yeah, I guess now Maverick is trying to jump on that full MF build right now. Got a Hell Rune? Yeah, of course I do. Before I pass it over, though, with ist for that +1. Man, you're like swimming in dough now at this point. How are you doing, by the way, Sense? Didn't get a chance to ask you what you're up to. Okay. Okay. I was wondering about that. I was wondering if you had the harmony bow, but you do have a harmony bow. So I'll just switch, pass you one of these. Okay, so are you fully like geared now? Like, do you have, what does your inventory look like? Does it have, oh man, you have a red monarch. That's crazy. No problem. Okay, so yeah, okay. So what do you got in your inventory? Okay, naturally. 14 moderator, small charm. Okay, of course. 7777. Oh shit. Yeah, you know, that's what I was trying to do when I was farming pits originally, but then I decided that find item, or buffing my percentage chance of getting find item was more important. Wow. 6. So you're missing 3. Oh, no, never mind. You're fully decked out in your inventory, but I'm guessing you probably are gonna wanna do cube. Oh wow, okay. Cube and ID tome. Okay, makes a lot of sense. That's, I don't know, that's insane, dude. Best of luck with this. I can't believe you're fucking Pindle farming. This is, oh come on, everyone's Pindle farming now. It's become the new slash. It's not even a meme anymore. People memed it, but now everyone's like fucking hyping on board the. Now I'm tempted to do Pindle. Yeah, I know, it's great, right? Like, it's definitely a new playstyle for sure. Not playstyle, but this was Hedge's idea. Yeah, well, I mean, that's what, it's got the same thing. Alright, well, you guys go race for those orange boxes. Yeah, actually, I'll be right back. There's something I'm curious about. In the meantime, I just wanted to greet Sensed. More than happy now that, happy now to watch your stream, so I finally got something to do. Alright, well, sounds like a plan. I hope you enjoy the stream, as per usual. I can't guarantee that there will be anything exciting coming up, though. I'm just going to be doing some pits runs, as per the usual. And it looks like I'm kind of shit out of luck. I was really hoping I could get my hands on a replacement towel belt, but I guess I don't have a replacement towel belt. So, yeah, the only thing I guess you could really replace are those war traps for like a higher war traps, but I can't really help you on that front. Four-isted monarch, is there anything better that you could go with? I guess not. Yeah, but I mean, honestly, those 7MF small charms, don't worry about it. Like, I was really trying to accumulate those 7MF small charms to, like, boost my MF on my Barb. And it was, like, close to 500, and then I decided find item, the odds of find item, like, finding something with find item was more important. But, I don't know. I don't know if that was the right call or not. Anyway, Maverick, best of luck to you. Go forth with your now close to 900 MF and proceed to go wreck shit. I don't even know what to say. That's, yeah, man, dedicated Pindle farmers. It's honestly, thank you and good luck. Yeah, same to you. I'll let you know what happens. Alright, sounds like a plan. I'll be here. But yeah, to be completely honest with you, dude, like, it was actually very tempting for me to also join in on Pindle farming myself. Alright. I was also tempted to join in on the Pindle farming. The only real reason I chose not to is because I've already, as I'm sure you know, I used to try and farm Neolithak, right? So the portal has already been closed. I can't, yeah, the portal already closed, so if I were to start farming Pindle skin with this Barb, I would probably have to, go and make a new Barbarian dedicated specifically for Pindle farming. Which is rather unfortunate, because I was actually kind of, oh, for 3 light, okay, I don't have that. Yeah, I do kind of wish that, I didn't have the portal closed. It would have been nice to, like, It would have actually been nice to try and farm Pindle with Find Item. Like, that's basically, I want to say 150% the odds of finding a good item. Because, like, you know, if you kill Pindle Skin, he'll drop something 100% of the time. Or is it 2 items? I don't know. But then, with a 50% chance to roll him twice, or like a second time, I do think that my odds of finding something would be much higher with this Barbarian if I were to do Pindle farming. But, oh well, I can't be bothered to go and level another Barb, nor do I really want to do that right now. I'm going to commit to my goal this season of 100 pit runs, and I guess we'll go from there. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's pretty crazy, like, people finding shit out of Pindle Skin. Like, I never would have thought I'd see the day. On no drop 0, too. That's, like, I don't even know, dude. Oh, Grand Charm. So, yeah, I'm not going to be on for, like, the entire day, though. I'll probably play for about... I don't know how long I'm going to play for, actually. I know I'm not going to play for that long for sure, though. I'll play for maybe, like, 2 hours, I think, and then I'll have to go. But, yeah, within 2 hours, I'm hoping to get a lot of pit runs in. Really gonna start trying to gun for that 1,000 run mark, which is probably gonna kill me. All things considered, it's not the most exciting thing, these stupid pit runs, but you gotta do them. All right. Rest of you guys, hopefully y'all are doing well too. I'm not really gonna say too much. Maybe gonna. I mean, normally I'm talk non-stop, but I feel like I kind of want to just unwind and farm pits today, and I'll report my drops when I see them. But I don't really want to just non-stop talk for no reason. So. Okay, so I gotta farm these up. Man, that's a lot of unique bodies. All right. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna keep going. I've already slowed down my run enough as it is. Ooh, amulet. Okay, well. Low rune at 1.5. Well, I got nothing for him. Ah, Demon Limb. I've been waiting for your stream all week, and now I'm in Disney World. May the RNG be with me. Ah, hello, Ruler of. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. I've been really out of it, to be 100% honest. Like, I even told Maverick that I would be streaming. Like, I totally had intention to stream, I think it was Thursday. I was actually free Thursday, and then I was like, I actually am not feeling it today. Not just... I don't know, I just didn't feel very, like, you know, you ever had one of those days where you just sit there and you're just like, fuck, I don't actually want to do anything. Yeah, it was, I don't want to say it was, like, down under the weather, like, I'm kind of sick type shit, but it was more like, I'm just really not feeling it. And I'm not going to force myself, and I actually need to bow myself. I'm pretty sure I bowed myself when I started the run, but, of course, that's a thing. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, so definitely nice to see you, Ruler of. How are you doing? You said that you are in Disney World, so, I mean, that sounds like a lot of fun. I envy you. At the very least, maybe, with any luck, I can actually get my hands on some good drops today, at the very least. It's cool. Not everyone can keep up the 17 hours streams for other people's enjoyment. Well, it's not even about streaming for 17 hours. Even like a 1-2 hour stream gives me a chance to like say hi to you guys. Y'all are pretty chill, so I'm just kind of like, yeah, I mean, I got no reason not to. But at the same time, I was like, earlier this week, I was just like, no, fuck it, I can't. I actually can't. Pit singers are awesome. Also, oh, hold on, was that a chat back that I missed? Yes, it was. Keeping one eye on what you guys are saying, and I'm also keeping one eye on the game. So it's gonna be a bit sloppy, some of these runs. Actually, this run's not even that bad. It's like a minute and a half, which is kind of slow, but my excuse is that I'm reading what people are saying. I got an IO here for free. Okay, well, I mean, judging by the fact that this IO dropped on the floor just now, I'm pretty sure it was Destiny. Okay, I saw the Lemon, but fuck it. I have no need for Lemons. I already have my double lemmed Alibabas at this point. Alright, somebody else is sharing my game name, it looks like. But yeah, how are you doing, Be Like LeBron? Yeah, pit singers are pretty fun. They're pretty awesome. The, of course, main two weaknesses, though, I'd say, for me right now is one, the 105 FCR that I'm using is capped by the double tally. I've already bitched enough about that, so I'm not going to bore you again with the usual explanation. And two, it's... Well, actually, no, that's the main issue. Like, I actually am really enjoying the... Oh, I guess my luck is piss poor with it. Which isn't really a weakness, but once again, right? Like, it's not a weakness of the build. It's just that right now, this season, using this Pit Singer, I've been capped by those two limiting factors. One, you know, my ping, and two, just, it's been kind of... my luck this season, as far as items have been concerned, have just been really shit, like, given the amount of time I've spent playing. Like, even in the first 4 days, I spent, like, what, a total of 50 plus hours playing? And, well, okay, granted, like, I was farming keys and shit, but even after that, like, we had people like, Coasterism. He had, I think, he said he's worth 90 ohms right now. And that's after he stopped, like, he's done playing. And I'm still, like, if you were to pull in everything together, like my entire account's worth, I don't think you would even break 20 ohms. So, hi, not ho. Also ho. Well, okay, ho is technically correct too. That's kind of... Here, wait. Ho, 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 ho. No, seriously, this barbarian would make a good Santa. That's all he shouts. Anyway. So, to answer your question, when did you get Enigma? I actually got Enigma quite some time ago. I thought that I had Enigma since the last time you were here. Last time, or I had Enigma... Yeah, so I had Enigma starting when... I think it was day 10 of the season, if I counted correctly. Yeah, I think it was day 10 of the season. Day 10? No, well, it was basically like... No, I'm doing my math wrong. It's like it was 2 Thursdays after the reset took place, I think. It was 2 Thursdays after the season took place. That's when I got my Enigma. So it was actually quite some time ago. I'm proud that I made it so far with this build. Like, a lot of people shit on a Barbarian. They're like... Well, not a lot of people, but I think it's very uncommon to start with a Barbarian, like, especially relative to... I mean, that's, I think, not really contestable. But, yeah, there's obviously a lot more people who prefer playing Sorceress, and there's also a lot more people who play Necro on Slash. But being able to start as a Barb and being able to farm an Enigma in the first 2 weeks, I'm really happy about that. Also factoring in that my luck wasn't very spectacular either. Oh, wait a second. Wait. I didn't even actually start the timer. I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. That's on me. Oh, I'm about to board It's a Small World. I'll work the puppets and get back to you. Okay, sounds good. You all have fun with that. I'll look forward to your return, because definitely it would be nice to catch up. Yeah, it's been a bit since I've seen you. You just made Enigma with key farming, right? I wish. I made Enigma... I got 5... Oh, no, sorry. I got a Jaw Rune off of... yeah, it was a Jaw Rune off of the... off of key farming. And then... while I was farming pits, I got a... Skiller GC with life. It was a Pally Combat Skiller GC with 35 life. That's what it was. I took that, and then I put it up for trade. Okay, I was like, okay, sure. I'm going to. Here we go. I put it up for trade, and immediately KDK offered 5 ohms for it, and I was like, okay, yep, it's yours. That's yeah, that's not. I don't think anyone's gonna beat that offer, without a doubt. Like, yeah, that was nice. Well, let's just say. Oh, I see why I almost died. It's because this guy had Conviction Aura. So yeah, that's just kind of how it went down. Yeah, that's kind of how it went down. It wasn't just with key farming. I key farmed and I traded the keys for a Jaw Rune, which, by the way, a Jaw Rune isn't... It's like, Jaw Rune is good, but like for however many hours I sunk into key farming, I'm not so sure I would say it's worth it relative to like when I was playing as like a Necro last season. I spent all my time farming Chaos, and I got my hands on like it was Burr, Sir, Burr, Low in the first 500 runs. Like, that was pretty crazy. I mean, I know it's not fair to compare the two, but I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't go as far as saying that key farming is the most effective way of farming wealth, but it's definitely, I would say, probably one of the more consistent ways. Like, people are going to be willing to offer a gull minimum. Yeah, it's usually a gull minimum per key set, like no matter when in the season it is. So that's always something which, you know, if you're really struggling for the season, you can just say, fuck it, this is good enough. Just some musings. And now here, we're gonna, oh man, it's a long ass climb. Done only 35 runs so far. Yeah, 35 out of the 1,000 runs I want to do. Yeah, sure. Okay. Jewel. And both are garbage. Gotta move on to the next game. That was actually a minute and... That was only a minute and 20, I think that run was. It was a pretty fast run. I mean, relative to my usual runs right now. Okay, hold on a sec. I see you. Oh, shit. You posted something, and I just wanna... Alright. Should make a guide from Singer, Barb to Enigma. Many people don't play weak builds early. Here, give me a sec. So, weak builds, eh? Because they seem intimidating and slow, but you make it look so easy. Well, thank you. I'll take it as a compliment. I want to see some wolves and bears and boas and deals make it from Enigma to 0. Actually, you know what? Be like LeBron, you've inspired me. There's something that comes to mind if that's the case. Although, to be honest with you, dude, this season I went with I went with this barbarian, right? And I couldn't. Well, I'm not sure what to say entirely. So with the thing with the singer Barb is I knew that there was, like, I did a fair bit. I spent a lot of time testing out like what I could and could not do with the build, and also what I needed in order to farm certain areas, namely Neolithak, of course, right? For something like a Boazon, I don't know if I could reliably come up. It's weak early on. Yeah, okay, fine. You know what? You win. I'm not going to contest this. Yeah, no, for sure. Well, actually, that's exactly the challenge that I was facing, though. Gull for 15 Hell Chaos runs. I could, but I'm not going to. I don't need a Gull. I don't even care for wealth at this point. Like, at this point, my only goal this season is to farm that, or do 1,000 pit runs. So pretty much, like, I think even Maverick was asking me earlier, do you need anything for 7MS small charms? And I'm just kind of like, I got jack shit, or I need jack shit right now. Like, my build's complete. One of the beauties of this build. Don't need that much to work on. Anyway, so as I was saying, no, you're right. You're right. This build is definitely far weaker than a lot of the other builds out there. Just like in terms of raw damage. Oh, hey, look, another Bone Hue. So, yeah, in terms of raw damage, like, this just doesn't have the same level of damage as a Poison Necro, as, like, a Cold Sorceress, as, I'm trying to think, a Hammerdin, obviously. But the fact that it has Fine Item is what kind of sells this character to me. Or at least that was kind of what I was thinking at the time that I conceived the build. I would think it to be quite a challenge to reliably convince someone to play a non-conventional build, because unlike a barbarian, there is very little merit in playing most of these other weaker builds, right? Like, at least with a barbarian, or this oh fuck, I just horked a magic Ev dimensional shard. Well, and this ties in exactly into what I'm saying. Horking and battle orders were two big reasons why you would want to play a barbarian, regardless of how weak, quote-unquote, it is, right? Like, yeah, okay, it's really weak, but it's also an incredibly durable build. Like, if I were to, for example, try to do, like, a wolf, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was thinking of going over, like, a Fire Claws build, right? Like, that's something that would be quite a challenge. Like, I don't know how I would even reliably convince somebody that, hey, yeah, you should play a Fire Claws build when it doesn't have as much going for it as a Barbarian, in my honest opinion. So, I don't know. It would be difficult. That gives me a bit of inspiration to try more silly shit like this, but I would be hard-pressed to pull another Singer Barbarian, if you know what I mean. That's kind of what I'm trying to get at. I'm willing to bet you have the highest chance to find materials right now on Slash. Maybe. Honestly, I would not be surprised if well, okay, but at this point, I don't know if there's people who've already made Berserkers. That's the thing. As I'm sure you know, because you are the barbarian expert, I believe. They're like Pit Zerkers versus like Pit Singers. Pit Zerkers are still considered to be a much more effective build, and at this point in the season, there are people who. Oh, that was an XP shrine. Well, I'm gonna come back just to pick that up. There are at this point people on this server who have not only constructed Pit Zerkers. Ah, fucking, they cursed me again. But yeah, there are not only people who have constructed Pit Zerkers at this point, but there are also people who are willing to invest far more time into playing on Slash than I am at this point now, right? So those things considered, I wouldn't go as far as saying that I have the highest chance of finding materials, factoring in that I no longer have. I'm not playing as much as other people, and there's a lot of other people now with like Pit Zerkers, I would say, or like I've actually been paying attention to some of the top players, and I think that some of them are going the Pit Zerker, or they're going Berserker route. I don't know if it would be Pit Zerker, but Yeah, that's just my take on it. The status quo. Paying attention to what other people are doing right now. But yeah, no, these are just musings for sure. It's worth thinking about in theory. Wolves, bears, boas, zealers make it from Enigma to 0. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, dude, there's a reason why no one plays, like, I don't know, a fucking summoning druid, okay? Like, and they don't, like, you know, last season, I don't, like, you weren't here for that, I don't think, but I don't know if you know this, but I actually tried to make a summoning druid, okay? I tried to make a summoning druid. And I used this summoning druid not to MF, but I used it just to try and level people in Nightmare Bales. Because I could just autopilot while my summons did everything, right? I could just summon my shit, and then they go and kill everything. And I could actually do Nightmare Bale runs like that while I went and MF'd on my own in a different window. Which I think was a pretty legit strategy, right? Like, that was pretty clever. But then again, like, if indeed you're trying to make like a dedicated MFer, why the fuck would you use a summoning druid over an Ellie druid? But I'm gonna be honest with you though. Okay? There was a build I was looking into as far as uncommon builds are concerned that you might find a little bit interesting. I was actually thinking of making an Armageddon druid. That was definitely something that I was kind of like, huh, could I make this work? But honestly, like, I was playing around with it, and I realized a lot of things. One being that it's, like, fucking impossible to aim those fucking meteors that fall from the sky off of Armageddon, so I'm just kind of like, why? I can't do it. So that's sort of where I'm at. Let's see. This is the most difficult class from Zero to Hellbale. Oh, I remember your awesome summoning. Oh, you were there for that. Oh, my bad. Yeah. Amazing strat. Well, thank you. Yeah, no, that's the thing, right? It wasn't meant. I was never going to use it to MF. I used it specifically for one thing and one thing only, and that's to get people through the game. Because obviously there were lots of people out there who were like, in need of leveling in like week 1, week 2, and I'm like, alright, well, I don't want to stop my farming, right? Like, I'm in the middle of farming is the good shit, so what can we do? And then, you know, around this time, everyone had their fucking, like, summoning druid skiller GCs with life and shit, and I'm like, okay guys, you'll never be able to sell them anyway, so I'll tell you what. Pull them in, and we're going to make the meme dream druid. I will never forget that. That was definitely one of the more funny moments, I'd say. But once again, like, serious talk, there is no way in fuck I would ever go and be like, yo guys, I'm gonna try and start off this season with a summoning druid. I would be useless to my. You know what? You've inspired me. You've inspired me to start thinking. Be like LeBron. Be AFK druid. Yes, that's right. It was definitely viable for Nightmare Bales. I would actually, like, summon all my shit, right? After I would, I guess, get somebody to teleport over into Throne Room. And then I would summon shit, and then I would just AFK in the throne room. And then 4 minutes later, I'd check the other window. It's like, okay, well, run's done. And then I would move on to the next game. It was the most incredible thing, right? Like, it was actually, like, pretty fucking legit. Yeah, no, it was great. But unfortunately, I don't think I'd go as far as trying to make it a mainstream build. That's just not how the game works. I'm sorry to say. Like, I mean, if something's a hot pile of garbage or a hot steaming pile of garbage, it's a hot steaming pile of garbage. So, I think you could sell some Poplin, those weak builds with the promies with that one build that can do one thing real. I'm sorry, I'm not entirely too sure what you said with your first comment, but I think what you're trying to say is I could try and play around with builds that can do one thing really well, is kind of just the gist, I think, of what you're trying to say. And yeah, you're right, I could. However, it's like, even a summoning druid, like, what can a summoning druid do well? You know, start farming Nightmare Bale Throne Room while I go and grab a cup of tea? Like, that's kind of where I'm at right now, right? It's like, if I were, and welcome, by the way, Nafonsky, I think this is the first time I bumped into you, but no, really, like, it's like, yeah, there's some builds that, yeah, okay, they can, even if you're like, even if you have all the gear on the fucking planet, would this even be remotely viable in like a hell setting? Like, yeah, okay, if I had the Summoning Druid, I'm sure that given maybe, you know, 10 minutes, I could farm pits, but no one wants to spend 10 minutes in pits. Or, like, yeah, Summoning Druid just doesn't have anything going for it. I'm sorry, but I don't know. I shit on Summon Druid because it's the easiest thing to shit on. And I actually played a Summon Druid, so I know what that's actually like. Ah, okay, well, there you go. Trap Skiller GC here. Trap Skiller GC. I should probably report that, shouldn't I? Yeah, okay. Uh-huh. And that would be run number 41. Okay. Nightmare Throne Room can drop up to like Ohm, I think, right? I don't know, man, but I'm not I'm not gonna try and stand up for being able to farm Nightmare Bale Throne Room when Lightning Sword can clear Hell Bale Throne Room and, like, you know. No, I'm sorry. I've considered, I've honestly even tried to theorize how Nightmare farming might be viable, but I still haven't found it. Still haven't found it. The day I figure it out, I'll let you know. But yeah, run, walk, multi-shot Boazons for pit runs or Golem. Yeah, okay, so Golem Mancer. Tons of auras from your merc. Same works with Summon Druids. I can't even fathom the idea of seeing a Golemancer. Summon Druids, given, like, okay, if you have, let's say, if you used a Beast and your Merc used Pride and it was like a Might Merc, right, and then you put out Heart of Wolverine or some shit, which, by the way, I think that summoning skill GCs for Druids are like, they actually, here, give me a second, okay? This gives me a chance to think about something for a sec. Here, let me pull this back up. What was the name of the account? It's been a long time. I think it would have been this one. Yeah. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take a step away from this farming because this theory crafting shit really, you guys have piqued my interest, so give me a sec. Alright, here is my fucking meme dream druid, okay? This is the budget meme dream druid that I had last season. Just so we're on the same page here. This summoning skiller GC came from Mavericks. He never took it back, and I don't think he'll ever want it back. +1 summoning skills GC with 40 life. No one in their right mind. I love that thing. Yeah, no, this is like, I'm telling you, okay? I put a lot of effort into making this work. I even got this Merc with Reaper's Toll. I guess I didn't use Pride, but yeah, Reaper's Toll is definitely better for something like this. So, this was on a budget. This was like a semi-budget, like it had all skillers, but these are essentially worthless anyway. All of the items are budget and or throwaways, because no one gives a fuck about a summoning druid. So, let me actually see the amount of damage that these things can do. Oh yes, I remember this very clearly now. So I maxed out Heart of Wolverine. So okay, let's actually see how well these guys do in Hell. Wait. Let me. Oh, that's been a while. There we go. So summon Spirit Wolf. How much damage do these guys even do? So they do about 1,000. They do about 1,000. This is. Come on, attack him. It's such an amazing build. Underrated before Hell for sure. Well, yeah, I mean, I love your ideas, D2. Most creative modern D2 player. I don't think that it would be fair to label myself such a title, frankly. I have actually been theory crafting a summon druid build, while not exceptional, it does work. Oh shit. I was reading chat here because, you know, I'm supposed to be AFK while I let my summons do their thing. Okay, and my Merc's about to die, but he's got it. He's got Reaper's Toll. So, bam! Look at that. Um, there's nothing in this game that gives like plus to death sentry as like a charge or a skill, right? I just had to verify. Because it'd be nice to actually make like a druid summon like a hybrid or some shit. I don't fucking know. If you have Pride on your Merc, you can get Rabies and Poison Creeper for physical immunes with the testing. I have done it, can clear Hellish. They wreck Hell! Oh! Yeah, well, it has also have tons of AoE from Rabies. Oh, yeah, right, well. Rabies is like, for your druid to kill shit, though. Like, this is a pure... This is the best I was able to come up with, okay? This was the best I could come up with. We have Might Aura Merc with Heart of Wolverine, Reaper's Toll, and 3 Wolves. Actually, hold on. Wait. Wait. I'm doing this wrong. I can actually have 5 Wolves with this build. Alright, let's see them kick ass. Yeah, let's just... Okay, well... I'm telling you guys, this is the most fucking ridiculous. Still, it's a summon druid, so yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, I got you, though. I got you, but anyway, the point of this entire discussion, why I'm showing this build. Okay, well, some of this gear is complete dog shit, to be completely fair, but, this is what it takes to make this build work, is what I'm trying to get at here. I can't like get this build to work from day one. The Pit Singer build, I tested it. I know it works on day one, or even as early as day one. Yeah, I know it works as early as day one or even day 2. This build, like this summoning druid build, like just to get it working, you need to actually farm a fair bit of items. You need to get like a, I guess you could replace this with a Malice, but Malice requires a Mal. You need summoning skiller GCs, you need a Druid Torch, you need a Nihilist, which now requires a Gull on /Diablo, and what was the other thing you needed? Oh yeah, you need a proper place to farm, right? Like, and there's no place that this summoning druid can farm that can be done easier, that can't be done easier with any other build, except maybe Helltrav. Hold on, let me see if I can actually farm Helltrav with this shit. And I'm... one sec, guys. I don't have Trav Waypoint. So, maybe... Alright, here we go. So, Trav Waypoint. Well, let's pass that over. Imagine a community helper account with a summon druid, enchant sork, a bow barb, and a conviction pally. They'd wreck everything. Yeah, but my issue with that is that without a doubt, some dipshit will delete all of those. Like, it's not that much work to get like, you know, it's not that much work to make one character, but to make like multiple characters, I feel like is a little bit much. You know what? What if instead of summoning wolves, I just summon one big grizzly bear? Let's see what this grizzly can do. Can it even hit Torque? Oh man, he's fucking up Torque Ice Fist. Alright, hold on. Let's see. What else can he pull off? Unfortunately, he still dies to these stupid fire Hydra bullshit, but... Alright, come on. Come on. Oh, there he goes. Oh, let's just resummon this bad boy right here. So dumb. I can't believe I'm trying to watch it. Oh wow, it actually... Okay, so that's pretty good. Well, I mean, dipshits exist in any game, regardless of what time frame they come from. But no, this is so stupid. Rabies. But yeah, no, I'm just thinking. Mafon said brought up the idea of going for rabies too. See, that's another thing too. I don't even know entirely how rabies works. To be completely honest. Hell Trap with a Summon Druid works, yeah, but you only need like 30 skiller GCs, I guess. Hold on. So let's say that we tone it down a little bit. Let's say it's day 1, and you don't have any, you have like, you still have 31, okay, so let's start this from scratch, okay, well, let's try this from scratch. Rabies spreads, yeah, I know rabies spreads, it's just, I've never actually used rabies. I've seen videos of people using rabies, but I've never myself used rabies. So 5k life. Oh shit. I still think that Barb would be good though. Like leveling a Barb would probably be a good idea. Okay. So, oh, my Merc just got annihilated. Yeah, I definitely do think that if I were to do Trav with this guy, I would probably need battle orders though. And I don't even have enough gold to revive the damn thing. Yeah, you know what? Let's just YOLO it. Let's just YOLO it. If I die here, then this stupid druid deserves it. Okay, so definitely he does a lot more damage when he has Might Aura at his disposal. Yet no. I'm sorry. This is definitely a no-no. This ain't happening. Not without at least a CTA for us so that my Merc can survive. Because I think with a Merc I could have Reaper's Toll applied to Crep. Well, okay, no, that's a bit of a lie. I can just do this too. There we go. That should do the trick. Let's see. Oh, there we go. What is the health on this guy? Oh, no, he's healing up. Man. Oh, there we go. Okay, so what if I use wolves instead? What if I use wolves instead? Alright, 3 wolves. Come on. These guys fare any better? I don't think they do. They're a little bit squishier compared to my Barb. Alright. Okay, yeah, well, that's the end of that demo. See you guys later. Alright, well, as you guys can see, this is what I came up with, and it's not particularly, I don't want to say that it's not hell viable. It's hell viable. It's just, you have to go through too many hoops to get it up and running, is what I'm trying to get at. Can you make it work by swapping MF gear so you can get MF early, but still with the benefit of plus skills gear if you summon with that gear on? That's a really good question. That's a really good question. I never thought about that. Could I... But then, you'd have to sub out, like, your whole inventory. You like, put a bunch of summon skiller GCs in your inventory, and then you swap them all out for 7 MF small charms later. And that's crossing your fingers that they don't die in the meantime. Right? Like, I don't know. Don't die in the meantime, as in, like, you go to Trav, and if your summon dies and you have to recast it, then obviously you wouldn't have the plus skills bonus. So... Alright, well, let's take a step back. Let's take a step back and man, like, it's tough for me to read what you guys are saying and play at the same time, to be 100% honest, which is rather unfortunate. It would be nice to do both, I wish. Yeah, it's better. Okay, so for Nightmare, the Nightmare Druid or the Summon Druid will shit on everything in Nightmare. Like, honestly, like, memes aside, it will actually crush Nightmare. But, like... But the thing with that is, like, okay, just about any build can crush Nightmare. Like, I can't think of, unless you're making, like, I don't know... I'm really trying to think of a super shit build that you really can't make work even in Nightmare, but it's really hard. Like, given enough levels, the game scales you well enough that at some point you'll be able to clear Nightmare. You can even make like a fucking sacrifice paladin, I'm sure. And given that you have like, I don't know, a BK or like some other source of life stolen per hit with like a half decent weapon, you could probably still make a poison dagger. Okay, so, yeah, see, now we're talking. Poison dagger. Yeah, even okay, fine. You got me there. But like, okay, aside from poison dagger, I just cannot for the okay. You know what? I'm gonna take a step away from pit runs for a bit. Man, I need to autopilot a bit better because I really don't even remember if I've been horking the bodies or not. FOH Pally probably sucks in Nightmare. Well, no, okay. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you something that you've probably never seen before. And the only reason I'm showing this is because I'll probably never start with this as a ladder season build or ladder reset build, so you'll probably never see me do this anyway, okay? But I want to show you something. Curses only build. Okay, yeah, curses only. Fine. That's but inherently there's no it's kind of like saying there's no like if you had a shadow disciplines tree, right? Or if you had like a Shadow Disciplines assassin, you wouldn't be able to do any damage. It's like, okay, well, no surprise there. So I want to show you something, because FOH, despite what you're saying, it actually is not as shitty as you think. Here. Probably haven't seen that. I don't know shit about FOH. Well, what you need to know is it's pretty fucking awesome, okay? Watch this. Okay, you see undead, right? You see undead. Oh, wait, nope. There we go. Boom! Boom! Look at that, It actually, you could actually go to, and let me just put this down here, Conviction Aura applies, and there we go. You can actually farm Ancient Tunnels with an FOH Paladin, like, I know this already. Okay, like, look at this shit, look at this. They're dead, and they're just fucking dead. And notice that I have to target the invaders because they are not undead. But yeah, no, you can actually make an FOH Paladin work. Okay, like don't shit on an FOH Paladin. It actually does stuff. It actually does stuff. But I mean, I'm a genius, but I'm not a miracle worker. I can't make a Curses Necromancer work even in Hell mode. Maybe like an Iron Maiden Necro or something. But like no. Look at that. That's actually look at it. They're just dead. You can probably guess how the oh, wow, I'm actually clearing this a lot better than I thought I was. I don't even need to teleport either. The only problem is that when you have these invaders, you're kind of fucked. But you get the point. You get the point. I've shown enough here. I've shown enough. And let me just pop open this chest. All right. Well, I love how you had that pally ready. You truly are the king of weak build. This is not a weak build. This is the epitome of a niche build. Because we were just talking about this, right? We were talking about this. What did you say earlier? Your exact words were... or no. It was Mephan's. He said, you could sell those weak builds... that can do one thing really well, okay? Like, this is probably the epitome of that, where you can go and crush Ancient Tunnels, but you would be hard-pressed to go and clear pits in the same way for very obvious reasons. Epitome of niche build. Yeah, this is like the nichiest build I could come up with. Or this is like the prime definition of a niche build that works. It actually works in Hell mode, but only in one specific area, right? Like if you try to take it to like fucking pits, you're fucked. Like there's no undead. Okay, there's the Bone Warriors, but everything else there is a demon. So FOH's Holy Bolts are completely useless. So, yeah. Oh, by the way, as a secondary attack, you can also spam Holy Bolt. That is also an option, but you can't Holy Bolt any of the invaders, so. Anyway. I don't know if Mifon saw that, but yeah. That's... I had that pally ready. Like, that's the thing. I put a lot of effort into theory crafting builds that would blow people's minds. Like, this is why I play slash resets now. It's not to MF and become rich. It's to come up with builds that people look at and say, what the fuck, that actually works. Like, that's essentially what I've come to realize, like, I play this stupid server for. And, I mean, no drop 0 actually, or across all player settings actually makes this a reality, because I don't have to farm at players 7 or players 8 or players 3 or whatever just to make the build work, which is kind of nice. Of course, it also means that builds like Necro or Fishy Mancers are kind of like, you know, they're the go-to, but whatever. I'm not too. That doesn't bummer me out that much. It looks incredible for Pindle farming, that FOH build. Seriously? Yeah, that actually makes sense. Yeah, you could actually FOH Pindle, and then the Holy Bolts will kill everything around him. I see, I didn't even think about that. I did not even think about that possibility. But I definitely would not be able to even, there is no way in hell I could make it, well, no pun intended. There's no way I could actually make that work for anything beyond very niche areas. Like with this Singer Barbarian, I know I can do Seal Bugged Chaos, right? Like I can fucking Seal Bug Chaos. I can do cows with this Barbarian, right? I can do World Stone Keep to some extent, unless there's Hell Temptresses, then I'm fucked. I can even do players 4 Bale runs if I wanted to, but with an FOH din, I'm definitely capped to like very specific areas. By the way, like LeBron, did you actually ever see me? Did you actually ever see me do the cow runs? Ooh, Towel Mask. Hold on. Yeah, did you ever actually see me try and cow with this Barbarian? I don't think you did. I don't think you've ever seen me cow with this build, now that I think about it. Alright. Man, I have way too many R2s here. Okay, well, I guess no one wants a free Towel Mask. I guess I'll just stash it and throw it on a mule. Yeah, I saw the cow runs. Okay, you saw that ingenious. Okay, so I don't need to go over that again. But yeah, no, definitely, like that. The point I'm making is that there's like a lot of things you can actually do with this build in the end game, and even in the early game, you can also crush pits, which is pretty awesome, right? Like, well, you can't really crush pits, but you can wipe out most of the monsters, and then you have the ability to hork them, right? So the weak killing speed is kind of made up for by the fact that you have what the fuck? Now a unique death mask. Alright, well, no need for that. But yeah, like, once you... Okay then, well. Stun is awesome. Yeah, stun for sure is really awesome. So yeah, I think this will be the next run. Okay, so I kept this Towel Mask, but I guess I didn't keep the Blackhorn's face. Huh, interesting. Alright, anyway. Vigor and Charge to get to him fast. Yeah, that's really true. That's really true, although I still... You know, I gotta be honest with you, be like LeBron, I kinda... Right now, everybody's kinda hopping on the Pindle hype. Or the Pindle meta. Everyone on Slash, well, not everyone on Slash, but there's like some people on Slash right now that have recently discovered that apparently Pindle's actually apparently quite good for dropping orange boxes, and so people are trying to like farm them with like high MF Sorks. Like, you probably missed it, but Maverick and I were trying to gear up his Sork with like high MF gear. I do feel like if I were to use a Barbarian for that, that would be way better. Of course, I've already closed the Pindle portal, as you know, because I was farming Neelathak earlier this season. But yeah, if I had that Pindle portal open, I think that this Barbarian would be a pretty good candidate for that, too. I found Annie's and Tal armor so far. That's pretty good, I suppose. Farming Act bosses that... Ooh, I horked a Great Poleaxe. Would you look at that? Ethereal Great Poleaxe. What's up with the death mask? Hey man, I don't know. Maybe it's a sign. Slash bad. Just farming act bosses dead. What do you mean, Mifons? You mean like, is farming act bosses, well, because the thing is, right now, okay, so there's two reasons for this, I would say, like, and I'm sure you know them. You seem like you know your stuff about the game. But just as a heads up, right, in case you don't know, we're playing on Slash right now, and Slash, the no-drop rate is 0, so every monster drops something. People take advantage of that by farming. Like, it's generally agreed upon that the most effective way of farming is to kill as many monsters as you can in the shortest amount of time, rather than farming act bosses specifically. Beyond this, there's also the question of what the act bosses can actually drop, and well, as it turns out, the act bosses are very much capped as to what they can drop. Like, the only act boss, for example, that can drop a death or a Griffin's Eye diadem is Bale, which is rather unfortunate, really, because like when I used to do, I did 1,000 chaos runs last season, but I would always skip Diablo because he can't drop any of the high-end uniques that I actually care about, except for Arachnid Sash, I guess. But Death's Fathom, D-Web, Griffin's Eye, those are items that the act bosses are not able to drop, and they're the really big items that people look for. And if people want high runes, then they'll go farm cows. So yeah, act bosses are dead mainly for that reason. And most of them take a while to get to, too, right? Like, yeah, most of the act bosses do take a fair bit of time to get to. And then you take a bit of time to kill, and then the net yield for them often isn't that much, so... Oh, you don't know. So you know about single player. I never play online, so thanks for filling me in. Oh, yeah, okay. So, yeah, no drop in this game. Well, I don't know if you know about no drop, but you probably know about player settings. Imagine playing on players 8 all the time, but on players 1. That's kind of what Slash is on right now, right? If you're playing single player, like, if you're playing... if you're like trying to farm, well, yeah, if you're playing single player and you're trying to gear up your character, it makes perfect sense to go and farm act bosses because, yeah, maybe you want, like, I don't know, Viper Magi. Well, yeah, farming Andy would probably be a really good way to get that. But if you're playing with like no drop 0, then yeah, if you kill a lot of monsters, then they'll each drop something, and well, it's I don't know. That's just the gist of it. You get what I'm trying to say. It's like, imagine playing on players 8 all the time as the player setting, but still having the monsters be on players 1 health. That's essentially what Slash Diablo is, except it's actually better than that. Better in the sense that the monsters will drop even more items than if you were playing on players 8, or well, players 7, I guess. But anyway, yeah, I don't want to complicate the explanation too much, but yeah, that's just kind of the gist of it. Best Pindle build I came up with was using CTA as weapon, and Harmony on Switch was pretty much everything else is 63 FCR. Blizzard, of course, yeah. Sigur's probably better for Pindle, honestly. The only problem with farming Pindle, I feel like, when it comes to this Barbarian, or just a Barbarian in general, it's actually not... Or, no, sorry. Like, Singer's probably better for Pindle. It's dangerous. That's the... Ooh, 2 unique side by side. And one is a shaft stop, too. Sorry about this. I keep getting sidetracked because of these damn drops. The game keeps dropping me items when I don't expect it. Okay, well... Honestly, I have like fucking 30 shaft stops. Like, do I really want to hold on to this one? I'm like hoarding all these unique items. I'll never use them. Yeah, I'll hold on to it. Why not? Interesting, that really changes things and makes builds like Fury Druid, who are good on players 8, and makes CS OP. The thing, you mean CS is in Charge Strike? Because CS was already OP, right? Like, CS, even on players 8, you can actually still do an absurd amount of damage with Charge Strike. But... Well, that's the thing, though, be like LeBron. I want to try I want to try my hand at Quest Bug Bale. Yeah, you say his loot is shit, but if you were to try and quest bug him, because you have that option with Diablo, you can multi-box, right? You can clear everything in the throne room with, I don't know, one character who's already cleared the game, let's say like a Javazon, and then you could have like another Javazon on the side specifically for killing Hellbale with as much MF as possible. I want to do that one day. Try that, quest bugged runs, and see how far I get with that. I don't know. I think that'd be pretty cool. CS is in Corpse Explosion. Okay, well, yeah, no, CE is definitely one of the most... It's yeah, Corpse Explosion right now is super busted on Diablo. I'm not going to deny that. So once again, there was nothing, right? I think I finished the run. I'm basically playing on autopilot right now because I'm not saying this to blame you guys or anything. It's just bottom line is I'm playing on autopilot so I can chat with you guys because you've raised some very interesting discussion. Yeah, okay, good. Very interesting discussion, I would say, regarding well, a lot of things. So this is kind of what I fuck you, Stone Skin. Well, either way, this is kind of like what I came up with this Singer Barbarian build. Normally, of course, if I had Berserk... Well, actually, Berserk would probably get me killed, to be 100% honest, but... and Hork it. And I think it failed. But yeah, I think... I think that using a Barbarian to farm Pindle... That's definitely something that I do think that that's possibly a really good way to farm. Just because it's like, you know, you could kill and you don't need a CTA either. That's the thing. With a Barbarian, you don't need a CTA, and with a Harmony Bow, you could run right up to the Nilithak portal, go through, and you could proceed to go shit on Nilithak. The only thing that's scary about that is his lackeys, like the Defiled Warriors or whatever, that when they use charge on you, man, that hurts. So I don't know how a player is really supposed to deal with that. But yeah, as you said though, be like LeBron, weapon or CTA's weapon, Harmony on Switch was pretty much everything else is MF. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and that's kind of the build that I think a lot of other people are going with right now. Hey, by the way, Farallon, I didn't see you there. Pindle was heavily farmed on Beanit before Realm Down existed. It's probably one of the reasons Blizzard made Realm Down. Well, I think it might have been, but... Oh, hey, look, another unique. I do think that one of the running reasons that they gave, I don't know how true it is, that they gave regarding why they wanted Realm Down to be a thing is because the... I guess they didn't want the servers to get... I don't remember where I heard about this. It was a long time ago, but I recall it was... Blizzard saying that they didn't want the servers to get overloaded or some shit. Or somebody else saying that that was the main reason. Well, I don't fucking know. But yeah, it's just... I don't know if it has so much to do with gameplay. And I think it has more to do with the whole... Oh, back then in like 2002, back when BNet was still starting out. Like, I know the game came out in 2001, but like... Yeah, back when... well... Actually, did it come in 2001? Whatever, anyway. I'm not so sure if they cared so much about the gameplay. I think it was more of like a connection issue. Like, servers way back then, they were probably kind of like, huh, not so sure if our servers can even handle this kind of strain if somebody keeps leaving and rejoining just for shits and giggles. Or maybe not just someone, but imagine if you had like a group of people doing that. If you could organize a group of like, let's say 100 people on D2JSP. I don't know if this is worth anything. But yeah, if you could organize like a group of like 100 people on like D2JSP, and then you just had like a bunch of people leaving and rejoining a game over and over again. I don't know if you could actually crash a server or the servers like that, potentially. Let's see. Have you tried using Howl for the Pindle ads? I don't know what you mean with Pindle ads. He does a Berserk Howl Pindle farm with a Barb. He looks pretty fast. Very interesting. Okay. I do believe this, though. I haven't actually tried using Howl. I didn't come up with... I actually didn't even think about it. I'm not sure why. I know I've definitely played around using Howl with pits, though. But if I were to come up with a reason why it might not make sense for me to use Howl, it's because, like, as a pit singer, or as a singer barbarian, I can already kill most of these guys in about 2 seconds anyway. But, okay, of course he spawns in Stone Skin again. Next round I want to Howl them, and I want to see how... And I guess part of the issue, too, is I'm coming in from Halls of Anguish, and I'm not coming in from the portal. If I come in through the portal, and I Howl them away, I think that would probably be the safest bet. Yeah, that would probably be the best way to do it. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Yeah, that's... And of course, I can't test it right now, because, as you know, I'm kind of... Well, I don't have the portal anymore, but... I do agree. I think Berserk and Howl Pindle farm is probably the best way to go about doing it. Especially because Pindle is, I think, the only person you care about in that pack. Your express reason for going into that Pindle portal is to take out Pindle specifically. So why give a shit about any of the other monsters that are surrounding him, right? Anyway. That map seed was weird. I don't know which one you're talking about. That was a while ago. Let's see. So... Yeah, okay, so that's what I was curious about. You said earlier, LeBron, I don't know if you're still here. You mentioned that you had a guide for a summoning druid, and to be honest, I am genuinely curious about it, because despite what you said, I actually don't know everything there is to know about a summoning druid. The only reason why I know something about the summoning druid is because I straight up made... as a response to how many people were saying, "Oh shit, I got a summoning druid summoning skiller GC." I was kind of like, hold on. Oh, and of course there was a lot of people, I think last season, who were saying that they actually needed bail runs and whatnot, right? And of course I had a lot of excess wealth last season. I was actually like semi-rich last season compared to this one. So I was kind of like, alright, all things considered, I have a lot of hand-me-down gear I can strap together a summoning druid with, and that's why I put it together in the first place. It's not that I knew a lot about a summoning druid, it was just, if you looked at that gear that I was using a fucking Jalal's, which is like, once again, it's a throwaway item for most people. I was using, like, what, a scrap Viper Magi, I was using an all-res ring, Spirit Sword, Spirit Shield, Druid Torch, Nihilus, you know, those are pretty meh. Yeah, you get the point, though. Like, I don't actually know a lot, it's just that it's, for scrapping together something in, like, a couple of hours, that was the end result, right? And the point I was trying to get at way earlier, which is what spawned this discussion in the first place, or at least I would say that it spawned this discussion in the first place, is that I just don't think that if I were to start... I just don't think it's a good idea to start off with it as an early season build. At least with the Barbarian, you have a lot of options. You can Trav farm in Nightmare or Hell. You can farm pits. You could actually rush people through the game and act as a bow barb if you want to, so you're supportive. Or you can be support if you're, like, trying to help people out on the server too. I don't know, you actually have a lot of options with summoning, or with this bow barb, but with a summoning druid, you don't, I don't know, I have to do some, I guess, you have to go through a lot of hoops to get that build even up and running. Yeah, I'll post in a second. Alright, sounds good. I was on the wiki theory crafting 30 seconds ago, and I came up with another build that could work. A Titan... Wait, what? A Titan Necro with Zeal from Passion and CTC Bone Spear from Bone. Ooh, with max synergies. That is interesting. Did I just override the, oops. I think I overrided the XP Shrine from earlier. Oh, hey, look, Frostburns. Okay, well, I guess I'm muling after this game. Way too many damn uniques. Yeah, okay. A Titan Necro. So what do you mean by Titan Necro, though? I'm not sure what a Titan Necro is. So a Necro with Titan's Revenge, because Titan's Revenge is a Titan's Revenge is an Amazon javelin, right? My understanding is it's only a Javazon or an Amazon can actually use a Titan's Revenge. Titan build RCTC. Okay. Who wants 31 Viper Magi with a Perf Topaz in it? Oh, not me. CTC Reliant. Okay, so it's just a running name for them. Alright, Titan Necro Zeal from Passion and CT. Yeah, I don't know. That sounds like a pretty cool one. But what level is Bone Spear even going to be? Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I can only begin to imagine how that would work in theory. And I'm actually going to go back and actually finish off that monster that I missed. Yeah, I actually tried a couple of CTC builds myself, but I couldn't manage to make them work, to be 100% honest with you. Yeah, I tried like a Zealer Paladin with Rift, I think it was. That didn't quite work out as well as I'd wanted it to. Because I've heard of Rift Sins. I know that Rift Sins worked, but I was kind of like, all right. I tried like experimenting with a lot of different things which were CTC based, and they didn't quite pan out as well as I wanted them to. At least not for me. All right. Thanks for the link. Let's take a look at that in a moment. Alright, and I'm going to back out. And before I go into... This is going to be the 50th run, it looks like, but first I want to actually see this for myself. Besides armor, disgusting, I know. I'll hit him up in a second. I've got some, of course, but I want to read through this first. Jordan B. Cool's 1.11 Summoner Guide. Should I read through this now or should I read through it later? Okay, this is definitely not something I'm going to read right now. That's a little too long. But I definitely will take a look at this later because I think that this would be interesting to discuss later on. Because, yeah, if, you know, I still insist that it's not a good idea for me to start with a Summoning Druid early on in the season. Like, Elemental Tree is far stronger, but Summoning Druid might have some uses. I'm not sure. Alright, I'm gonna go back to it. In theory, what is the Summon Druid supposed to excel? That's a really good question. This is the thing that bothers me the most, right? Like, at least with this Pit Singer build, I could say, honest to... yeah, I could honestly say that with this build, I was able to do pits. I knew I was going to be able to do pits. I knew I was going to be able to do Trav. I knew I could do Sealbugged Chaos. Well, I figured out I could do Sealbugged Chaos later. And, you know, I can do cows really shittily. But with a Summoning Druid, the real question is, what can you do in this game with a Summoning Druid that... Like, what does it specialize in? That's the thing that I want to figure out, and I have no good answer for it. Even early on, in the first 3 days of the season, right? Even in the first 3 days of a ladder reset, there's, like, you can't make the Summoning Druid do damage, or you can't make it do out damage anything out there. It doesn't have any more survivability since you need to cast Heart of Wolverine over Oak Sage. I mean, I guess it's safer, but I mean, what's the point of it being safe if you can't really farm anything? Like, you can't do Pindle. I mean, good luck trying to do Worldstone Keep. You can't clear Halls of Pain very quickly. Like, at that point, you might as well just use a Hurricane Druid with an Oak Sage. You can't really do... Or you can do Countess, I guess, but at that point you can do Countess with a fucking Tornado Druid and you're good to go. You can't really do Pits. Like, I guess you can do Pits, but you can't do it very quickly. You can't do Ancient Tunnels. You can't do Chaos Sanctuary. And you can barely do Trav. Like, yes I am, actually. Made one in hardcore once. It does actually have good survivability. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that the Summoning Druid has good survivability. It's just, I want to come up with, like, a way to... I want to come up with a way to reliably... Not... Just, I want to be able to say, like, this is a good reason to get that Summoning Druid. You know what I mean? Like yeah, I could go and make myself that Summoning Druid and it could kill shit, but it's like, why don't I just go make like a Hurricane Druid instead? At least with, I don't know. I don't want to keep reiterating the same thing over and over again. You already know where I stand. Like, yeah, right now I'm playing this Barbarian. It definitely has some merits going for it, so there's that. And by the way, I don't know if you're here right now, Boo, but I'm actually looking through my mules to see if I have any more Trank pieces. It's very strange, but for whatever reason, I don't actually have any other Trank pieces, which is kind of bizarre, factoring in that this build is specifically for finding Trank pieces. Huh. Alright, well, or no, sorry, finding sets or unique items. I found 3 Tal's armors this season, but for some reason I don't have any other Trank pieces, so... Alright. Never mind, ran through calculator and only these Deuce Spirits would do 550 with a 15% chance to cast that equals trash. Probably can't do a Highlands run. Okay. Yeah, no, like, that's... Yeah, I could get behind that. Even a fully synergized Bone Spear a lot of the time, it just isn't all that... Bone Spear has awfully weak damage. Factoring in the number of points you actually need to put into it, which is kind of bizarre, but that's just kind of the way it is. Okay. Okay, and ID this, and it's nothing useful. I can take down act bosses fast, and it has the capacity to swap to a skill to MF. The bear does like 20k per hit if you have the auras, so you can avoid the eternities you have to wait for mercs with. Crushing blow to finish the kill. Take down act bosses fast. So I would use this Summoning Druid to go specifically to take down, say, Mephisto? I mean, I guess that might be a thing. I wonder if I could do Bale runs with it, actually. That's what I'm curious about. Would a Summoning Druid with a Bow Barbarian be able to do runs of Hell Bale? I definitely do think that's worth checking out at some point. I'm curious. Now, you've actually piqued my curiosity, Mafons. I'll admit, you've definitely piqued my curiosity, thank you. And you've also revitalized my interest in this build. That's definitely something I have to consider. Why pit run? Ah, great question. Welcome to the stream, V Bastion. Does it loot a lot? Okay, so there's... Funny you should ask. So there's a couple reasons why Pits by itself is a really good place to farm. Pits is one of the few areas in the game which is called a level 85 area. And level 85 areas can drop anything in the game, including high-end uniques like Griffin's Eye Diadem, Death's Fathom, Death's Web, Tyrael's Might. So if you're looking for like high-level unique and set items, Pits is definitely one of the places that you'd want to go to for those items, right? And come on, Gmod! Ah, fuck. There's also a chance that like any rune can drop too, including, let's say, Zod rune, including Burr runes, right? Like certain other areas in the game, you don't have that same level of, you don't have the same odds of actually having items drop. Let's say if I were to go farm like Den of Evil, like fuck, obviously no one farms Den of Evil, but let's just say, for argument's sake, if I want to go farm Den of Evil, it's highly unlikely that, well, sorry, monsters aren't able to drop anything beyond like I think it's like a Vex rune or some shit. So yeah, you farm pits because you can get anything out of pits. That's the first thing. The second thing is that as a barbarian, or as this build that I'm using is called a Pit Singer, it's very good for farming pits specifically, just because of the way it's laid out. There are 6 champion packs, or sorry, there's up to 6 champion, or up to 7 champion packs, I think, in level 1, which you can actually kill them, and they have a higher chance of dropping unique items. Well, not unique items necessarily, but from my understanding, they're guaranteed to drop at least one item, one magic item a lot of the time. And as a barbarian, I have an ability called Find Item, where if I target a dead body, I can get it to drop something else. I have a percentage chance. In this case, it's 51% chance. So half the time when I target, or a little over half the time when I target a dead body with Find Item, it allows me to re-roll it for another item. So yeah, Pits has those 3 things going for it. It's a level 85 area, meaning that anything can drop. It has a lot of champion monsters, meaning that, well, champion packs, meaning that you can actually you have a high chance of getting some really good unique items from them. And then as a Singer Barbarian, I can actually clear these champion packs very nicely, just because of the nature of the ability, right? Like, look at the AoE on it. It's not huge, but it's good enough. I'll actually ignore this Colossus Foliage. I don't really feel like picking it up. So yeah, that's mainly what. Does that answer your question, Vibastion? I think that was a surprisingly good explanation, all things considered, coming from me at least. And of course, if somebody wants to add to that or correct me on something, then I can go ahead and do that. Okay, and this guy's running away, and he's dead. Thanks for all this info. Yeah, no problem, dude. You'll notice that this run, right now it's in 1:20, but it only took about 1:15 to do the full run, and within this run I managed to kill about, I think it was 5 champ packs along the way in total, all the way to Pits level 2, and then finally when I made it to Pits level 2 I killed like another 2 packs, so that was like 7 champ packs in about 75 seconds. So yeah, something to consider. If you put Bramble on it and you have 5 wolves with Spirit of Barbs, you can take down the last 2 rivers really fast, and you swap back to Wolvie and Grizzly for Bale. Oh, last 2 waves really fast. Tell you what, Mifons, a Bramble on it. So Bramble, 5 wolves, Spirit of Barbs? Oh, I see. You just get them to reflect damage onto themselves. Okay, well, I'll think about that. Yeah, I'll consider that as one of the next things that I will try and play around with. You've piqued my curiosity on that one. Necropoison can be good enough for it. Actually, Necropoison absolutely destroys pits, as I will try and demonstrate in a second after I finish this run. Let me just finish this up here. Yeah, Poison Necro absolutely destroys pits. Actually, from my understanding, I think... Ooh, that's not bad. Poison res 10% and MF 3%. I would go as far as arguing Poison Necro as being one of the fastest builds for clearing out pits out there. Yeah, one of the fastest, if not the fastest. If you want to do like a complete pits run where you absolutely slaughter everything, then yeah, that's something which the Poison Necro is perfect for, as I will show you. Give me a sec. Let me just finish off these last 3 packs, and I'll go and show you what I mean. Now, if I would just... Okay, did I get everybody? Yeah, I got everybody. Okay, so yeah, going back to... Oh, wait a second, this is a mesh belt. Ah, it's not even a 15. I was hoping it was a 15. I was going to pass it over to Maverick, but... Alright, so this was run number 53. I have to remember that. And then the next run is going to be run number 54, so give me a second. So this is... It's funny that you should ask about the Poison Necro, because last season I was playing a Poison Necro, and I'm going to show you now what this Poison Necro was kind of capable of. And apparently... hold on, let me try this run again. Those archers kind of stopped me there. Well, so here we go. Uh-huh. Okay, watch this, okay? So there's a pack of monsters there. Nova, 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 they're dead. Nova, they're dead. There appears to be one monster that actually survived. I guess it's because my Nova missed. Nova, they're dead. Nova, they're dead. Nova, they're dead. Assuming that... Okay, there's some lag here, or else they'd be dead. But... yeah, as you can see, this build is... Are you playing hardcore on all these characters? No, I'm not. I'm not a hardcore player. Despite the whole, like, I know there's some people who are all like, oh man, hardcore is the only way to go. I'm definitely not like this. For me, the game's definitely much more... I definitely prefer softcore a lot more because I'm trying to chill a lot of the time anyway. Can't wait for that diadem drop on non-ladder. Oh, shut up. Don't even joke about that, dude. I can feel a purple box getting ready to drop, okay? But yeah, I mean, the point of this is you can actually... This isn't a very good map for it, but you can absolutely destroy pits. Like, not even just talking the unique packs either. You can actually just kill everything in pits because of how much AoE the Poison Necro has. And I'm using just Poison Necro, or Poison Nova. I'm not even using the other ability, Corpse Explosion. So, yeah, you can see dead. And there's a Co-Rune that just dropped. And bam! Done. That was the run. Easy. Definitely there's... This was a slow run. It was like 1:50 or whatever. It's slower. It was slower than my Barb run, but that's because as the Barb, I only farm the unique packs and I ignore all of the other packs. Point is, yes, Poison Necro absolutely crushes pits on players 1 specifically. If you have more health on these monsters, like if you're trying to farm them on players 3, or anything above players 3, then you'll probably struggle a bit more. Like 1 Nova won't usually be enough to kill them, but yeah, for players 1 and like players 3, Poison Necro is just really, really good for crushing pits. Yeah. So, moving along. No, I'm not playing hardcore on any of these characters. These characters are all softcore. I like having softcore characters because I like to relax, and I also like to be able to chat with you guys. Because, yeah, if it were hardcore, I would probably play a fair bit more carefully. And I'd probably be farming Nightmare a lot more often than I do here. Like, I can afford to be careless on softcore, obviously, because there's a lot less at stake, right? But if it were hardcore, I'd probably be like, alright, I'm going to keep farming softcore until I get the proper items, and then and only then will I actually move on to bigger and better things. So that's kind of where I stand regarding hardcore. Okay. So uniques, I just need a second, guys. I'm just in the middle of doing my usual muling. It's my mule routine. Alright, let's see. What else do I have here? I think I also had that. Bases 2, I think it was? Ah, there it is. Oh, I actually do have a 3-socket flail. Interesting. Alright, 3 lightning sentry. I had a bunch of random small charms and shit. Oh yes, right, I had this, and this wrist blade. Sure. So... Okay, I think this should do the trick. I'm still looking for the spy, come to think of it. I don't know if he's still around, but I still owe him an Omerin. D keys for T keys 1-to-1 makes sense. Bale essences for Meph essences 1-to-1. Yeah, that actually also makes sense. Alright, what do we got here? I got a bunch of random small charms and a circlet. Yeah, corpse visor, was it? Yeah. Fine small charm and emerald small charm fortune. Let's see. So, Enigma better to fast telly than... Yes, yes, of course. Enigma... They're, like, especially if you're playing as a sorceress, there's gonna be some builds out there where, of course, yeah, like, you might not want to have Enigma because you don't need it, but I'd say that for pretty much every... I'd say, like, most builds pretty much assume that you'll have an Enigma by the end of it. Or maybe not most builds. Most caster builds assume that you'll have an Enigma. I say most caster builds because, like, yeah, I know that Boazon, for example... Oh, wait a second, no, this is the wrong game name. I know that Boazon, for example, would be using, like, Fortitude, and same with some of the other melee builds out there, too, but by and large, a lot of the time it's going to be Enigma. I think D54 is next? Anyway. So feel free to ignore this because it's just another build idea. This only works for /Diablo or P1, but a Golemancer with a Beast Iron Golem Pride on your Merc and MF gear on you. Beast Iron Golem Pride on your Merc and MF gear on you. Now how would that work? Max Corpse Explosion go full MF gear so you wouldn't have to cast and reswap. Merc can, wait a second. You want a beast on your Iron Golem. Like, wow, that's really pushing it as far as expenses are concerned. If that thing dies, it's like, you might as well have just died in hardcore, like, fuck that. But, yeah, anyway, let's roll with it for a second, though. Let's roll with it. Go full MAF gear. Because the thing with... Okay, no. I see what you're getting at. Okay, so FYI, this is already the meta on Slash, but most people don't even. You don't even need to go beast. No. There's a much better alternative. Unless your goal is to like farm bosses, but you yourself were saying you're maxing out Corpse Explosion. The meta on Slash for most people who play as a Necro is you get an EBOTD. on your Merc, and if you can't get an EBOTD, then I think Obedience works just fine too. So you get an EBOTD on your Merc, right? And then you get an Insight Iron Golem, and then you max out Amp and Corpse Explosion. That is usually how people play it out. I don't have one of those right now, but I can assure you that it works really, really well. Yeah, it works really, really well. Like, you go into cows, you let your Merc get 1 kill. Oh, wait a second, no, it's going to be D55 next. So yeah, you get your Merc get 1 kill in cows after you amp everything, and then you just start spamming Corpse Explosion. It's the sickest thing, and you definitely don't need to have a Pride... Or, no, sorry, you don't need to have a Pride on your Merc, and you don't need to have a Beast on your Iron Golem either. All you need is some high damage weapon like Obedience and like a 5-socket Cryptic Axe base, and that'll do the trick. So, not trying to say... Yeah, that works too, but it's less risk, better reward. Where's the fun in that? Well, I don't know, man. Like, some people, they like spending their burr runes on beasts that they can throw onto their Iron Golem for EPing, I guess. But I mean, hey, if it were up to me, I don't swim in Cham runes and burr runes. So if I can go less risk, more reward, then all the better for it. That's like gambling for no reason at that point. Like, why? Why would you do that to yourself? That just doesn't make any sense. Funny man, funny man. Alright, 2 to Jav and Spear skills, but no IAS, I don't care about that. And I don't know why my... Oh, there you go. Tiara. Summoning skills, but nothing useful. Ooh, 4 champ packs in level 2. That's unusual. Alright, and here we go. I'm just about done here. I guess I'm moving on to D56. Okay. Ooh, Grand Charm. I kind of wonder if I'm doing the right thing in charting down these drops, because like there's a lot of items that I'm not charting down in the drops table. Like, you know, there was that ethereal 0-socket Colossus Volage. I don't know if I needed to chart that down as a drop. Right now I'm just gunning for like uniques and set items that are of that are like elite tier. Is kind of what I'm going for. Except for that Alibaba. I don't know why I have that there, but yeah, I'll probably take that down, or I won't report it when I actually do my 1,000 runs, like, not analysis, but when I make a post saying, oh, hey, this is what I found in 1,000 runs. I'm going to have to throw that in there. Or I'm probably going to not bring up the Alibaba. Okay, done. D57. But yeah, I do think it's good that you acknowledge or that you recognize just how strong Corpse Explosion though is, Mafons. Like you didn't explicitly say it, but Corpse Explosion is like it's huge. It's well, at least on /Diablo, everyone's just straight up saying. Yeah, straight up like when it comes to players one farming, Corpse Explosion is just fucking amazing. Like it's really really strong. Okay. Okay, I think I got everybody right. Yes, I did. Alright, moving along. Ah, motherfucker. It's a blue diadem. Alright, well. Godly diadem my ass. I'm also really close to level 93. I'm really hoping for that too. Unnecessary DR levels of MF for Pindle. Unbelievable. There's actually now a Pindle meta. I can't believe it. This is fucking incredible. I wonder what kind of results people will get from farming Pindle, to be honest. Like, here I am still rolling into pits. I think so far Maverick has already found Andes and Tal armor, but I do wonder if that'll hold up. Before I started playing only 8 players almost exclusively. What I played was Necro. It carried me through a few playthroughs, and I have seen too many garbage builds made better than anything non-Enigma Druid could do. Yeah, no, for sure. Like, yeah, no, Necro is just really fucking strong. Like, it was only last season that I came to understand just how powerful Necro, Corpse Explorer, well, sorry, a lot of different types of Necros really are. Like, I used to play around with like Summon Mancer a lot. I used to, you know, max out all my summons, and I tried, like, last season, it was the season before last, I guess. The season before last, I finally got a chance to try a Poison Necro, and that was also the season where I really started paying attention to how people used the no-drop being 0 to their advantage, and they started making these crazy, like, Fishy Mancer builds. Or as I like to call it, the slash Fishy Mancer, where it's just like, they max out Corpse Explosion, and amp damage, and they proceed to go crush pits with it, or crush cows with it. So, yeah, definitely I think Necro is really good for MFing, especially Players 1. Some will debate me if I say it's the best, but I don't know, man. Like Players 1, Corpse Explosion just has way too much AoE. I don't know. The fuck? Of course Poison Necro can farm Pindle. It just isn't as effective as the other ones. Oh boy, my battle orders didn't go off. Corpse Explode or Poison Nova. Well, what are you farming? And I'll just drink one of these. I'm curious to see what these guys are saying. That's why I'm kind of slowing down this run and just chatting with these guys right now. It's the best. Yeah, well, somebody who acknowledges it. Looking to make a necro into one, I see. Here, hold on a second. The general purpose necro that can handle a good amount of content without too much gear. That's a poison necro, essentially, but... I don't want to shamelessly self-advertise, but this is the easiest way to do it. Like, if he's into making a necro, then I'd be down to help him out. Like, I had my necro from last season, and I could actually show him the kind of what I had on the Malrune. Yes, very nice, Malrune. Malrune, run number 59. I'll put a star next to it to denote that I got it from the chest. Okay, have you seen the results of a Frozen Orb / Ancient Tunnels build? Seems like it would make sense. Insta-kills all the groups. Okay, I will answer that in a second. Wait a second. It would be this one. Alright, so have I seen the results of Frozen Orb Ancient Tunnels build? Seems like it would make sense on players 1. So, it kills all the groups. Okay, so, okay, you're there, right. So, welcome, Zuruk. This is... Sorry, I'll answer your question in a sec, Farallon. But yeah, this is... You were curious about seeing Poison Necro. Or, well, rather just any Necro build in general. This is my old Necro from last season. The Merc isn't using anything too fancy. He's got an Eth Thresher Obedience. You could actually... It doesn't need to be an Eth Thresher. It can just be some standard Obedience. Doesn't really matter. It's Almask. I mean, Eth Thresher. You probably have these by now, and if you don't, you could easily get them, or somebody could hook you up with them. Fuck, I could hook you up with them. So earlier somebody said you can't farm... Pindle. I just don't think that's true. I don't really have the Pindle... Wait a second, hold on. Maybe my other Necro has the Pindle portal. Yeah, you're definitely able to farm Pindle with the Poison Necro. Like, I don't have it on here too? What the fuck? Alright, well, anyway. I mean, the general playstyle, I'd say, for Poison Necro, that you could... Can I show my what? Sorry? I've missed that completely. I don't know what you said there. I'll show you my gear, but this is like... This is the gear when it's fully... this is my character when it's already fully geared, right? Like, I've got D-Web. I've got a 220 Necro Circlet. I've got Maras. I got a Trang Wing. Honestly, 3-piece Trangs will get you by. Kind of fine. Anyway, so 10 FCR ring, SOJ, Enigma, and a pair of boots here. Got a nice inventory full of PNB Skiller GCs. Honestly, you can probably check out my the link to my armory. In fact, I can pull it up for you right now. I'm going to do that. It's probably better if you want to take a look at my gear, because what I wanted to cover was the gameplay specifically. And let me just go pull this up right now. I think... Yeah, okay, there you go. I'm going to put a link here. So that's the link to my character in the armory, or in the /armory. Now, as for what you can farm with this guy, you could actually do pits just fine. This is my character with... I'm not using battle orders right now, but you don't really need battle orders. And you also don't need Enigma either. You could just waltz in. You can just use lower res, and then you just use Poison Nova. And it'll kill them just fine. Lower res, Poison Nova. Lower res, Poison Nova. As you can see, it's not particularly difficult. Lower res, Poison Nova. And the other awesome thing about this is that after you... I mean, if your goal is specifically to do Pindle, you could actually max out Poison Nova. Yeah, no problem, but I'm not done yet. So after you max out Poison Nova and its synergies, which are Poison Explosion and Poison Dagger, you can actually just... You can also start maxing out Corpse Explosion, and you can have a Necro that has best of both worlds, Corpse Explosion and Poison in one go. And of course, because, I mean, you need amp damage as a prerequisite to lower res anyway, you could totally just put 1 point into amp damage. And, I mean, if your goal is to farm Pindle, it's perfectly fine, right? Like, you can lower res, you can Nova, and then, well, these guys are dead before I can even show it off, but here, right? You can amp damage, and you can Corpse Explosion too. You don't need to make like a... You dump 20 points into Corpse Explosion. If you want to be able to get kills yourself, you can also just put a point, or well, you can also max out Poison Nova, and then you can go max out Corpse Explosion after. That is a possibility. Some other things you can do with this Necro, you can definitely do cows. I'll show you how you can do cows with it. And I want to point out, with this Poisonmancer, well, no, sorry, with a Necromancer, there's a lot of people who go, they max out amp damage and they max out Corpse Explosion in order to do cows. But you can actually cow with a Poison Necro just fine too. So that's just something I wanted to point out. So here, I'm going to show you quickly. Are you still there, by the way, Zurich? I mean, I'm showing you this, or I'm showing this off for you specifically, and then I'm going to get back to my farming. But you see here, this is how most Necros do cows. Oh shit, my Golem's about to die. But yeah, you can see. Okay, well, this isn't a good display of it. Okay, here. So usually what they'll do is they spam Bone Wall, right? They spam Bone Wall. They get maybe 1 or 2 kills, and then they proceed to just nuke the others with amp damage and Corpse Explosion, and bam, easy. So yeah, that's just kind of the gist of it. You see, they're dead. And most people max out amp damage so that the radius of amp damage is much higher before you actually start doing this. But I mean, yeah, well, you can totally still do this with Poison, as you can tell. So yeah, makes sense. That looking good for you, Zurek? Yeah. So I mean, let me know if you have other questions. If you have other questions, let me know. But that's kind of just the gist of how this Poison Necro could work. I'm already fully geared, but like you could even do this with, like, you don't need all this gear. Like at this, like the gear makes the runs go smoother and more quickly. But what really matters for a Necro, if you're gonna go do like cows or if you're gonna do like Pindle even, is that you have your Merc with like, you know, Tal Mask, Tretch, Obedience. That gets you good to go, basically. Okay, well, he didn't say anything, so I'm just going to assume that things are okay. My Golem didn't die, thank fuck for that. And I'm actually going to bring my guy back to Act 4, and then I'm going to continue my runs. Thanks for being patient. Alright, so, back to Farallon. I don't know if you're still here, but... Shit, what was the last run that I did? Okay, I know it was run number 59, because I know that I got my Mal rune last run. So... Okay. Actually, come to think of it, I think I do have a random base with B diamonds. Let me see if I can hook that guy up with one. Here, let me go see if I can pull this up. Bases. Or was it armors or bases? I think it was armors. Ah, there it is. I actually still have it. 4P diamond palace shield. Yeah. I have 4 socket royal shield with 30 res. Okay, so there you go. I think that's... yeah, I think that's good enough. Alright, I'm gonna start this run. So regarding the Frozen Orb for Ancient Tunnels build, it totally makes sense on Players 1, that's true. It's just that when it comes to like the richest people on Slash, pretty much, or maybe not like the richest people, but I don't know. I just see a lot of people who go ride or die. They go necro and then they go farm cows non-stop, taking advantage of it being Players 1. That's usually how they do it, from what I've seen. Like, they'll make a necro, they'll go into cows, they'll get their like half-assed mercenary, and then they'll just go and crush cows in about 2 minutes, especially because they have access to map pack. But I don't doubt that a Frozen Orb sort could be effective too in Ancient Tunnels. I just don't think you could net as many... You don't have as much mob density, or sorry, you don't have as many monsters to farm as you do in cows. That's kind of the... that is what I'd say the issue there is. Yeah, cows is just like fucking walking pinatas non-stop, which is pretty crazy. Like, Ancient Tunnels, people love farming it because it has like champ packs and whatnot. It's a level 85 area, obviously, but I think that it's a little bit less densely populated relative to cows. And it looks like we have another blue diadem, of course. Fucking blue diadem. I need to start a count of blue diadems. Like, that's what I'm gonna do, okay? It's like, from here on out, the number of blue diadems I see, I'm going to start a count for it. I'm gonna do it. Here. Where is it? There we go. Okay. Is it there? Yeah, blue diadem count 2. There, that should do the trick. Fucking blue diadems. Happen to have High Lord Ami, or Drax Glove not using. Huh. Interesting. He's asking me specifically. Let's see. Do I have those? I doubt it, but... High Lords... I'm pretty sure if I had a High Lords, I would know. That sounds like something that's a little bit important. I would have probably put it somewhere. Value. Ami... Nope, I have the Rising Sun. You can't see right now, but I'm checking my other screen. I'm assuming... nope. I think actually High Lords is one of the very few things that haven't dropped for me this season. I'm like sifting through all my mules right now and I can't find it. just to show you what's going on in the other window. Yeah, there's no amulets on this guy. More uniques. Nope, I got nothing. That's the last of them. Alright, moving on to run number, run number 61. Man, this is gonna be a long fucking trek to the 1,000 mark. Ah, there we go. There's a champ pack. Okay, I think I'm good here. Moving along. Two Spirit Monarchs, NEFCR. I have those right now. Okay. Have you done runs before the 62 that are counting to the 1,000? No. Okay, so I'm glad you asked. So this is kind of where I'm at, okay? I actually have probably already done 200 runs at least prior to the 62 that I started counting at. I only started counting once I hit my total, like my final MF count. What I mean by this is, if you take a look, don't worry, I think I'm on my, I think I'm on your streaming. Okay. Yeah, if you take a look here, my magic find is set to 343, and that is the final amount after having all of the gear that I stuffed onto this character specifically. So, yeah, what all of my gear came out to was 343 MF on kill, 703 MF on switch, including the double, the two 6-isted crystal swords. And a 51% chance to hork an item, or to grab an item when I target it with when I target a dead body with find item. I wanted everything to be constant when I did these runs, with the sole exception of I'm going to level pretty soon, and my MF will go up to 344 instead of 343, and I suspect I'll level maybe one more time after that to 3. So my MF ranges between 343 to 345. So I only started counting once I was fully geared and had 343 MF. And my find item on Switch was level 21 after I used battle orders. So yeah, hopefully that explains it. Cheap can't gear a Barb, doesn't take much gear at all. Yep, no problem. Oh, fuck. Okay, well that explains everything. Oops. Shit. How long has it been on that before? Anyway, yeah, that explains why... Okay, well, this explanation made no sense then. Okay, so here. As I was trying to say originally, 343 MF. Yeah, 343 MF on this guy, right? When I have all this gear. And then if I level up, it'll go 344 and then 345 if I hit level 94 because I have Enigma. However, like, yeah, I wanted the gear to be constant as I did these runs. So, like, I mean, leading up until this point, I obviously, the amount of MF I had on my guy varied. Like, at one point he had like 500 MF on kill, but his hork was kind of shit. At one point he didn't have War Cries GC, so his fine item was pretty low on leveling, or low on levels. Yeah, so I had to wait until I got my hands on my Enigma and my 6-isted Crystal Swords on Switch before I could actually start trying to like do these or count down the runs. Yeah, I'm really trying to like the whole point of me doing these 1,000 runs is I want to present the results to people on /Diablo and say like, yeah, this is kind of what happened when I started doing these 1,000 runs, and I'm going to explain to them that yeah, I'm trying to hork champ packs and unique monsters specifically, and I don't know why. Where is the body? Did I hit it? Nope, I don't think I did. Okay, I guess I'll hork them. There you go. I think I hit it. But yeah, you get where I'm coming from. I'm basically explaining more than I need to. But yeah, that's just kind of the gist of it. I horked the small world puppets, and oh shit, I almost died there because he's got conviction. The small world puppets, and all they dropped were fast passes and a couple of burrs. Okay, I'm not entirely too sure what you mean by that. A couple of burrs. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not on board with what you're saying, Ruler of. Kind of missing out on the code speak here, but all right. Anyway, guys, hopefully not boring you too much with the gameplay. It's just me and the old singer barbarian, or as I like to call it, the pit singer. Him and I, we go back a long way, maybe about a month. Well, more like 3 weeks, but who's counting at this point? There we go. Got him. No big deal. Just saying hi. Alright, well, that's good. That kind of language I understand. But yeah, hopefully you've been doing well. I mean, you're in Disney World, so I mean, how can I mean, I would like to think that's kind of tough to beat. I mean, here I am farming, but still I found nothing in terms of big items. And I still owe the spy an Omrune, so I mean, I have the Omrune. I set it aside specifically for him, but he hasn't logged on in about a week, so I'm not sure quite where is this beard off to. Yep. So I don't know if you noticed, but I started a magic diadem count in the bottom right corner. And I should also probably start like an unearthed one, like a magic unearthed one count too. But I encounter a lot of diadems. I don't really encounter a lot of unearthed ones. So I'm telling you though, I can't wait to hork a Griffin's Eye diadem. If I can hork a Griffin's Eye diadem, that's worth all of these runs. Straight up, like if I can hork a Griffin's Eye diadem, that would be like the sickest shit. I have to go, but I have enjoyed my first stop in this stream. I plan on coming back in the future. Well, that's great to hear, dude. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, glad to know that it wasn't a complete bore for you, and that I think my explanations were somewhat decent, and that I had some kind of decent character builds. We were both theory crafting. I think you enjoyed that discussion. So when do I stream? Now that's a bit of a complicated question because I stream very infrequently. I don't have a specific stream schedule here. I just stream whenever I can and want to. So definitely during like /Diablo ladder resets, I stream a lot. But otherwise, I stream like maybe once or twice a week at the most. This is basically like my stream for the week. I think I'll be back tomorrow though. Like I usually know on like a, on like a week-by-week basis. I know that I'll be streaming probably Monday afternoon, probably, but no guarantees. And yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. So when do I stream? I don't have a stream schedule, but this week I know that I'll be back tomorrow. So there you go. Farallon, I don't know if you heard my response to your other question earlier, but if you didn't, I was basically just saying. Well, actually, yeah, never mind. Okay, so Berthus was asking, why would you play this over Pit Zerker, if I may ask? No, that's a totally fair question. And I'm actually glad you asked it, because definitely one of the things that, like, when I was first coming up with builds for a Barbarian, Pit Zerker was quite an option, but the reason why I chose a Pit Singer, there's a couple reasons, actually. The first is that, like, yeah, the first is that it's much simpler to play, I would argue. From my understanding of a Pit Zerker, from my understanding of a Pit Zerker is that there's a much higher chance for you to die, and you have to pay a lot more attention when you play. And for me, apparently, if you were to play for long periods of time, then your performance does start to dip, right? I really enjoy this Pit Zerker build, or Pit Singer build, because I can basically just derp out. Like, I can go full retard, and I can actually still be, like, you know, playing at, I'd say, 80% of me at my peak performance. Which is kind of important when I'm, like, I don't know, streaming and chatting with you guys, or people from this stream, or if I just want to kind of derp out for the day, and I've come back from, like, a day of work or some shit. Yeah, it's just kind of nice being able to play a build that's essentially mindless. Essentially mindless. Like, it's not like, oh, I can just, like, kind of go AFK, not pay attention, and still survive, but it's definitely got a lot more, some more survivability than a Pit Zerker, and so that's why I went with this. I chose to go with Pit Singer instead of Pit Zerker. That's the second reason is that the second reason would be that I wanted to take advantage of the AoE provided by Warcry, because when I use Warcry, it hits an AoE, so that includes the monsters around whatever the unique monster is that I kill, right? And here on /Diablo, there's the no drop rate of 0. So pretty much every monster has to drop something. The only reason it doesn't look like they're dropping anything is because I have a map pack filter on. But they're all dropping something, rest assured. And I figured that Pit Singer would be better for taking advantage of that than Pit Zerker. So it was those two reasons combined that led me to choose Pit Singer over Pit Zerker. Okay, so next question. Farallon was saying, have you considered a creative name for the build? The Pitch Perfect. Okay, that is pretty creative, I have to admit, but no, I actually like... No, I didn't actually consider a build for it, or a build name, or a build title. I just straight up went with, Pit Zerker, or Pit Singer. That's kind of what I've, Conan the Pit Singer, there you go. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't come up with anything too creative. I guess I wanted to keep it simple, and, I mean, there's already the running name for it, so... Yeah, but definitely Pitch Perfect would have been a really nice name for it. But alas, the people who came before me, who came up with this build, or who already played around with this build, named it the Singer Barbarian, so... And what a beautiful job it does of describing just how much this barbarian loves saying, ho, 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 ho. Or actually, what does he say? Rah! There you go. It's rah, 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 rah. Anyway. So, Sarah's Hymn, right? I think I got Sarah's Hymn. Was it from this run? Or was it the last one? I think it was the last one, yeah. It was, should have reported that right away, but... so this was run number 66, so it was 65. Alright. And I think the next run will be run number 67. Perfect. Well, let's hope to catch you next time. I'm presuming that Mafon's gone, but if you're still here, thanks for dropping by, and I'll see you next time then. And hopefully my earlier response answered your question too, Berthus. Because definitely that was a factor when I considered... Or that was a factor I considered when I was first coming up with this build. I considered Zerker, but yeah, this is just much safer and much easier to play. If anything, overkill. It's worth it. Well. If you guys have other questions regarding the build, do feel free to ask. I'm not going to be around for too much longer, but while I'm still here, I do want to be able to answer what you guys have been saying. Okay. Small charm. Ah! Oh, would you look at that? It looks like I have a 7MF small charm. Actually, wait a second. Maverick, you're still on my stream. Hey, Maverick, do you need a 7MF small charm? Ooh, that was rather expensive. Yes, okay, well, join me in D68, password 1. Wait a second, did I even finish that run? I don't think I finished that run. Oops. Okay, sorry, D67, password 2. And I'm going to drop my 7MF small charm in town, and then you can continue that, or you can go grab that. Shit, what was game? D67, password is 1. These guys. Oh, shit. There we go. D67, password 2. My bad. I think that's probably, I may have given you the wrong password on that one. Circlet. No problem. Okay, out of here. Next game. Yeah, I think I will actually be able to hit the 100 mark today for the number of runs I've done. The next time, it'll be the next 100. It's going to be a long, ongoing project, I can tell you that right now. Went to the wrong direction. Alright. Okay, and there we go. Did I miss anybody? Okay, I didn't. So that's pretty much the end of that run. I got nothing. 897 MF now. Oh, Maverick. Got a lot of good shit there, it looks like. I'm just thinking, though, you could definitely upgrade your war traps, and that would probably set you over the 900 MF mark. Oh, man. And is there such a thing as, like, a... because there's, like, Jeweler's Monarch of Jeweler's Monarch of Deflecting, so is there, like, a Jeweler's Monarch of Luck or some shit? Like, is that a thing? I doubt it, but I wonder. Torch of Vex. Wow. Damn. We should. Ooh, no. We don't die today. That stupid bow didn't go off. Too many things to keep track of when I play. At least for me. This is exactly why I love playing as a pit singer. It's way more forgiving. Like, if I played as a berserker, I fucking guarantee you I would not be able to derp like this. But yeah, don't worry about it, man. Like, no need to donate. Like, I mean, you helped me out all throughout this season and the last. And, I mean, we just do the same. Or I did this. I would like to think I've kind of done the same. So yeah, back and forth, like whatever. I mean, yeah. 2 or 2s. Alroon. Yeah, boy. Okay. Work that. And grab that. And I'm out of here. D70. Just looked it up. The MF% suffixes can't spawn on body armors. Alright, well today I learned. I didn't even know. I did not know that. I actually... That's kind of bizarre. But that actually makes a lot of sense now that I think about it. No wonder four-isted... You can't really go like four-isted body armor of luck, or like four-isted ancient armor of luck. It's always jewelers... It's always like 4 sockets with life or whatever that people use. Okay, well, thanks for the heads up. Okay, that's nice to know. But it also means that I guess there's fewer alternatives to the whole trying to max out MF situation that Maverick has right now. Can't believe it, fucking 900 MF? It's like total overkill. Quick browse, looks like Skulders is the highest possible MF from body armor. Yeah, I could get behind that. Yeah, you would use Skulders and you would just go and, like, ist it, and bam, there you go, there's your armor. Okay, is that everybody? I think I got everybody. Okay, cool. Okay, flag. Alright. Haul everybody away. Grab that. And hit that. Okay. But yeah, Skulders. Yeah, so Skulders is the highest possible one, and then I think Maverick went and used Tal armor with an ist in it, and that gives him 112, so I think it was 112. I'd forgotten. Or I kind of forgot. Gotta somehow get my hands on 240 MF rings. Yeah, you're on your own for that one. I have to admit, even I stopped looking for, like, magic rings. Like, I see them drop and I just ignore them. The way I see it is, like, waste of time. Like, I'm only hunting for one thing at this point, and that's... Yeah, man, it's got fools and everything, but it's a piece of shit. Yeah, so as I was saying, though, I kind of wish I had, like, better rings, or I could, you know, get magic rings and whatnot, but, like, they're all so shit. I'm only looking for one thing right now, which is, like, orange boxes and purple boxes, so, well, it's not really one thing, but you get me. When Blizz was named Skulder's Eye, I think it was a combination of Scully plus Mulder? Ooh. Were those the names of two employees? I would not know. I would never piece together such a... Okay. Alas, I wouldn't piece together such a possibility, but when you bring it up like that, I do think that that could be a thing, if they actually had people named that. Okay, no, fuck it. I am gonna start a new count for unearthed ones that just didn't turn out to be the way I wanted them to. Give me a second. Alright. Actually, I want to take a look at what stats this thing rolled with. Oh, it's just a plain-ass unearthed one. Unique Cryptic Axe. I see. Well... Oh, hey, look, a 5% MF Small Charm. Nice. Alright, so Blue Diadem count 2. Unearthed count... Unearthed one count 1. How does that look? Nope, doesn't look that good. Yeah, there we go. Looks good enough. Okay, so it looks like we got our hands on yet another item. It's this Cryptic Axe. Unique Cryptic Axe right here, of course, which is a Tomb Reaver. And it's hot garbage, so I'm actually just going to throw that out because there's no real need for that whatsoever. I should report that, though. That is a high-end unique drop. Cryptic Axe. Or Tomb Reaver. And what run was this? I think it was run number 71, so... Definitely a lot of uniques that come out from these pits runs. It's just not the unique that I'm looking for. Or the uniques that I'm looking for. I do wonder what the odds of an ETH Tomb Reaver, or no, sorry, of just a plain Tomb Reaver is, though, compared to that of a Griff's. Because, like, I found a couple of Tomb Reavers already. I found a lot of, like... Yeah, mostly it's Tomb Reavers. And even Reaper's Tolls. Like, I found a couple of Ed Threshers, and I found a couple of Reaper's Tolls. But up until now, I haven't found a Diadem to match up to them. Well, okay, no, sorry. I did find a Diadem to match up to them, but it was on fucking single players, so... That was a sloppy run. I could have probably done this in... Why do they keep eating my my mana? Okay, well, good enough. Ooh. Sweet. Alright, next it'll be run number 73. Ah, it goes in two directions, fuck my life. Ooh, circlet. Come on, 3 and 20. Nope. The day will come where I get my hands on a 3 and 20 PNB. One day. But today's not that day. Ah! Warcry GC's plus 12 FHR. Well, a little bit broke for that, but... Actually, hell, I don't even really need that, come to think of it. I don't think that I ever have go into, like, hit recovery anyway. Because I just have such a ridiculous amount of health. Well, damn. I kind of wish I had something to say to this one, but, well, that's going as a trophy. Do I want to count that as a drop, though? Do I really want... Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it, sure. Three 100 life. That should be run number 73. Alright, that's the easiest way I could put it. Man, like, what? Ah, fuck. Okay, next run. Not the worst that could happen, I guess, but, you know, it could have been Ellie skills, that would have been pretty sick. It could have been, you know, PNB, that would have been pretty cool, too. But, really? Really? Summoning skills with 100 life? Like, come on, man. Come on, bro. So this is what it feels like to get a GC, or Druid Summon Lifer Skiller GC. Oh wow, that was actually a really fast run. That only took like a minute. Whew. That's I think a nice record. Well, not really a record, but it's probably one of my top 5 fastest runs. Granted, I didn't get shit. I didn't kill that many unique packs along the way, but I think I had like a 52-second run or like a 50-second run. That was probably my fastest, but this was a pretty fast one relative to my usual runs. This is called the BH map pack. BH map pack / Diablo branch. It's there in the top right corner. You can only use this with 1.13 specifically. So it's not like you can like take it onto BNet or anything like that. I'll provide you a link with where you can get it or find details for it if you're curious. One sec. And where is it? Tools. Map pack. Here it is. Yeah. There you go. Oh, hold on. Oh, I already horked it. Alright, next. No problem. Just let me know if you have other questions, although I will be signing off pretty soon, I think. I was hoping these runs would go a little bit more quickly. I was expecting to be able to hit the 100 mark easily today, but I did get sidetracked for a number of different reasons. But definitely the theory crafting. The theory crafting today was one big thing. 18 to life. I don't care so much about that. D76. Oh, what's this? Oh. Another potentially fast run here. Oh, a ring too. Rare ring. Of course I have to hork the bodies, so that'll slow me down a bit, but... Find Maw the Slasher. There we go. Got everybody. And the rare ring is a piece of shit. Alright, well, that's too bad. Wait. It should be run number 77 coming up. Hey, Data Harps, how's it going? How's the gear looking these days? It's looking awfully good. I pretty much have my endgame Barb build. The only, I guess, real replacements I can make are luxury at this point. Well, and I guess one SOJ is missing, but that doesn't matter much since it doesn't affect my find item percentage anyway. But yeah, here, I'll show you the gear in a second. I think I might actually be able to break sub 1 on this run. Wait, nope, never mind. Probably not. Oh, nope, nope, definitely not. And of course it's a rare, or it's a plain white Shaco, as per usual. So yeah, I'll show you my gear quickly. I'm going to take a step away from these monsters once I finish working, and then I'll just do my own thing. But here, I will show it to you. I don't need that anymore, I don't need that, I don't really need that. Okay, so as you can see, my inventory is filled entirely with MF gear. You got a nice little Geeds here. 38%. I could definitely upgrade that, of course. My Barb Torch could use some upgrading. My Nihilist can use some upgrading, but I mean, they're there mostly because I need the plus to all skills. I got a bunch of mostly plain 7MF small charms, and a key to open chests, of course. So let's see, what else we got? We got a Warcry Skiller GC with life, 2 of them actually. Otherwise the rest are plain. One of the big upgrades I could do is I could actually start getting Warcry Lifer GCs, but I can't really afford them right now because I don't, well, I'm broke, and they're not really necessary anyway since my guy already has like 4k plus life. I'm using Mage Fists, 1 SOJ, Arachnid Sash, War Travs, 2 Spirits, one is 35 and one's 30. Enigma, of course, Shaco, and this is one of my, probably my personal favorite item on this build. Well, second favorite item next to this near perfect Enigma, which, yeah, so this item is the 3 to Warcry's 22 MF amulet. You also have, or on my Switch, I have 2 six-sisted crystal swords. So there you go. That's just the... That's what my gear looks like right now, and it's pretty awesome. Like, this build is really coming together. It's a lot of fun to play. I'm not nearly as rich as I would have expected to be, but I see uniques like every 5 runs, which is pretty awesome, I'd say. And I haven't even reported all of the drops I've gotten either. Like, I got like a shaft stop earlier, but I didn't put that down. But as you can see, like, we got Tomb Reaver, we got Alibaba, like no big drops today, but it's just, we can kind of see like being able to hork bodies, and also having Warcry taking advantage of being able to like hit most monsters AoE. It's pretty awesome. Definitely a lot to be said about this build. Those crystal swords, whoa, nice, yeah, thanks dude. Although granted, I kind of wanted to like, for Epeen, I wanted one of these crystal swords to be Eth. It would have been cool to have like one Eth crystal sword and one non-Eth crystal sword. And when I was getting the crystal swords, the guy I was getting the crystal swords from, he first gave me the crystal swords, then he's like, hey, wait a second, do you want an Eth one? And that was after I already put 2 Ists into one of my crystal swords, and I was like, oh, well, damn it, I actually could have used that Eth crystal sword, but anyway, that's strictly for Epeen anyway. It's not even, or for fashion, not even for Epeen really. So yeah, that's kind of what my build looks like right now. Looks pretty clean, looks pretty good. Got nice 743 MF on kill, 703 on Switch, I believe. I'm going to verify that in a moment. Yes, 703 on Switch, and 51% MF on Hork. So yeah, that's kind of what how the build's looking. Let me know if you have questions about it. As always, I'm more than happy to go over the mechanic, not even the mechanics, but any items that you might be curious about, any build choices, blah blah blah. Nope. Ooh, 3-socket superior worm hide. Yep, with no ED. Nice. Runic Talons. Hot Trash. Also Hot Trash. Okay, I think that's everything, right? Yeah, that's everything. Ooh, ring. That's the last of it. It's a 5% MF. So it's an MF ring, just not quite the one that Maverick's looking for. Okay, so that was run number 81. I can do maybe about, I'd say 3 more runs, and then I'll have to call it quits, I guess. A bit early, but that's kind of how it is. Oops. Damn it, this was a nice, this was a rather small pits, but it was a bit slow. Ooh, Fury Visor. Oh, hold on. This might be the big find of the day. Okay, hold on. Let's go pick this up. Ethereal Giant Thresher. Hold on. Let's see what we can do with that bad boy. Okay, Moment of Truth. This is going to help determine whether it's going to be completely worthless or actually worthwhile. Probably completely useless, but hey, 1 in 6 chance, right? It's a giant thresher, alright? It's a giant thresher. We're gonna get ready to do some good old Cuban with it. I believe it's Ral Amp Amethyst, if I'm not mistaken. So let's go and just make that quickly. Ral, Am, and P Amethyst. So I need to get my Am from somewhere else. It should be... Alright. Amrune. Second Perpin Cowsday, second Cham. Alright. Rel, Am, P Amethyst. Fingers crossed that it'll be 4 sockets, but it's probably not going to be 4 sockets, so I'm not going to get my hopes up. I'm smelling 3 sockets. Oh, well, at least I got something right. Ah. Dang, yeah. Yeah. Yep. Well, whatever. Whatever. That happened. Okay, well, I tried. I guess it'll be run number 83 next. Going up to 85. Maybe I'll just call it an EV GT. And I think I need to actually report the run numbers. So it was run number 85, I think. Or, no, not 85. It was 82. The fuck? 82. There we go. Alright, run number 83. Well, at least somebody was there to witness that. The small off chance that it would have been a semi-useful drop, but alas, no such luck there. Haven't had very much luck with cubing this season. Really, I haven't. It's sad because, relatively speaking, I have a lot more luck on BNet, even though it's riddled with waters. Which is pretty sad. Like, where my luck doesn't matter, that's where my luck is best. But then, where it does matter, it doesn't really, I don't really get much, so. Feels bad. Alright, just about done here. Yeah, okay. Oh, Jewel. Alright, sweet. I should have actually howled these guys. I need to make it a habit to start howling them after I finish killing the champ monster. Alright. Okay, still nothing useful. You know what? Let's see what these rings have in store for me. For I am Lord of the Rings! Nope, nothing. FSCs, rack, 1.5, 3 sockets, inferior phase blade. Wow, okay. I got none of those. Alright, so the next run I think will be my last. Love for Pally Spirit Braced. There, let's see if I can actually throw that over to him. Bases. What was that? It was a 39. Wow, that's not bad. Alright. Whatever the case. Oh yes. So this is run number 85, and this will be the last one of the day. And off we go. Uh-huh. This guy would just finish him off. Nope, can't even work it because the corpse shattered, but oh well. Polished one. Not quite the kind of one I was looking for or hoping for, but sure. What was that? R2? Pick that up on the way. Small charm. %3 faster on walk. Not gonna bother with that right now. Huh. And I think that's most of them dead, so... Nope. Oh, and one last pack. Come on! Griffin's Eye! Nope. Nope. I gotta set quilted armor, though. Poison res 11%. Sure. Anyway, yeah, so that was my last run. Disappointing as the usual. That's fine. I mean, that's just kind of how these runs work. So 85 runs into my 1,000 run journey. Definitely still got a long ways to go. But I'm not burnt out on these runs yet, which is kind of nice. It's just a question of having the motivation to actually go and keep doing them that I think is the big thing. So I think everything's fine and dandy. I'll keep my character in Act 1 for now. I'm going to see if I can quickly help this guy out before I head out, but I presume that at this point I got nothing else. I got nothing else to say to you guys. Maverick and everybody else who stopped by, very many thanks to all of you for coming and watching. I don't know if Rulerov's still there. It was nice to see him too, but I'll probably be back tomorrow. Probably. I'm not going to commit to anything because I don't know, things might happen making me unable to stream or making me not willing to stream. So this is probably where I'm going to wrap up, guys. Thanks again. Yeah, later. See you too, Maverick. Best of luck to you. Actually, one last thing. Yeah, I'm going to quickly take a look at this guy and silently judge him, or take a look at his gear and silently judge him to see what kind of upgrades I can come up with. Okay, or we can go to... Alright, let's take a look. Whiz Spike, Ratty Shield... Ooh. So he's got Dwarf Star, he's definitely going to need that. Belt is kind of shite. Do I have a better belt for him now? This is the real question. 30 FRW, 5 mana after each kill. Okay, let's see if we can hook this guy up. We're going to be like Bob the Builder. We're going to see if we can try to fix it. Or fix him, rather. I think... No Ort. Doesn't have an Ort rune, but I have an Ort rune. It's just... I think this should do the trick. Okay, Ort rune off of this guy, although... Nah, he's also got Seraph's Hymn already, it looks like. How about uniques? Do I have Mage Fists that I can give him? I'm sure I gotta have Mage Fists somewhere. Although maybe I just never get my hands on Mage Fists. Chance Guards. Ooh, Night Smoke. Okay. So... don't know. What do I have that I can give him? That's kind of the bottom line. He's got a nice all-res ring with fire and a bit of MF. You know what? I think I got something for him. I'll probably give him a helm in a second. And maybe alders. You could definitely use alders. And this too. I don't think I can... Let's see, obedience, curses. Actually, this guy needs... That spirit, I should be good on all. Okay. Because he's using silk weaves. Let me see. There is one other thing. I think the circlets meal might have something for him. Let's see. Circlets meal. Come on, pally skills. Wow, I have like everything except for pally skill. Oh, I have pally skills. That's pretty funny. Sure. Any kind of gloves plus peasant crown. Oh, I guess you can't see it. Okay, well... I don't have a headgear to replace his with. That's kind of the thing. So he's got Whiz Spike. Okay, so now he's got Priest's Coronet. Definitely want to get him Mage Fists. That's kind of the big thing right now. I want to get him Mage Fists. Gold wrap, any kind of gloves, peasant crown. Get him a gold wrap. Gonna keep charring the socket. Okay. Noob's meal maybe. Oh, I have an Stormspire too. Didn't even realize. Ooh, you can maybe use these. This isn't bad either. Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna bore you guys with this. I'm just gonna call it a night. Call it a day here. Thanks everyone for dropping by. I don't know who's still around, but as always, hope you guys enjoyed it. As D2D2 signing out.